Hey there, friends. Welcome to episode number 404. Two fours, make a wish. I'm your friend and your pal, Kelly Zemnickas. This is It'll Be Fine. And as we do each week on the show, along with my guest, we dive into a dish that neither of us has ever made before, but we go forward with the confidence that it's going to be fine. And on today's show, we are making, can you figure out this crossword? Mushroom ragu grits. Mushroom ragu grits. I tried. This is going to be a perfect savory dish as we head into the fall autumn season. I can't wait to try this. My guest today, fellow YouTuber, fellow podcaster, comic, cool dude, Clayton is on the show today. My voice almost cracked. I'm going through puberty. Some may call it menopause. I call it puberty.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
All right, here's what you're going to need for today's cook. I'm using white onion, place a shallot. It'll be fine. Got to mix some mushrooms there. I've got our portobellos. We have garlic, thyme. I'm using basil. There she is. You can use parsley too. We got some butter. We have some chicken broth. Got some olive oil. We have some salt and pepper. I mentioned this, right? I don't know if I did. But if you don't have dry white wine, you can use water as I have done. And all right, so one thing about this recipe, it uses grits. But you may be in a part of the world, much like myself, where for one reason or another, grits are not as easy to be found. So what can you use in its place? This, polenta. Yeah, grits and polenta are both made from corn.
I have a hard time finding parsley in like fresh parsley. Anytime a recipe calls, I found it this time, but it's not that they don't have it. I live in Cleveland is predominantly Italian,
Okay.
so they're always out. You know what I mean? So
just go knock on your neighbor's door.
I might.
For those at home who want to play along with Cole and I, you can click on the link for this cookbook. It's the Curtis Stone What's for Dinner cookbook. At the end of our challenge, Cole, it may or may not look something like this.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. I mean, Curtis has the money to have a fancy food photographer. I have my dad.
There you go.
So we will see. So the recipe is mushroom
and a camera. And there's a little light and a camera. That's what it is. That's how I take my food photography pictures.
Nice. It's just like my dad.
There we go.
He's a tiny camera. So this is mushroom ragu on creamy grits or polenta, which, as I said off the top of the show, although they're both made from corn, polenta not as creamy. So,
right.
Yeah,
well, polenta has like more of like a mashed potato-y kind of consistency.
It does.
It's still good, you know.
It's still really good. And friends, you can buy it in a bag where you cook it, or you can buy it where you cut it. I opted to cook it so I could try to do a full strength. We'll see. All right. So we both have to make our grits or polenta. So let's do it. If you are doing what Cole is about to do, you are going to add whole milk or whatever milk you want to use, kosher salt, and butter to get your grits going. I need a magnifying glass to figure out what the fuck these instructions are, Cole. I can't. Look how tiny that is. Now, my recipe does not say to add butter, but I am going to add butter to my concoction here. Because why not? Test just to see. Welcome.
Are you doing a
I say hi.
Hey.
That's Kelly, Jack.
Hey, Jack. Nice to meet you. Mine's really good.
Is it good? Mine's
Oh, yeah.
still a little underdone, so I'm still listening. Hey, I'm in the kitchen right now.
I'm
Okay?
kind of hungry
I'm
tonight.
making dinner right now. He likes, believe it or not, his favorite is just frozen fruit. But I mean,
Oh, yeah.
chips, and crackers, and cheese,
Yeah.
candy, whatever.
I like how the health scale just went from like frozen fruit, crackers, cheese, candy.
Yeah, I was trying to sound good at the beginning, but I also didn't want to finish with a lie. You know what I mean? So,
This is like kind of, I consider this comfort food. I feel like grits. Polenta, comfort foodie.
dude, like,
Upscale.
when I first moved up to Cleveland, like, kind of like what we call like above the Mason-Dixon line
Mhm.
in the U.S., northern part of the U.S., there's a lot of food that we eat down south. Grits is a big thing down there. And then
Yeah.
I brought up, people are like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, am I in my cousin Benny right now? Like,
There was a dude in the grocery store and I asked for the grits where he's like, that's in America.
you're like, corn is popular all the way from Mexico to Canada. That's, I don't care what anybody says, because like succotash, which is like corn, onions, tomatoes,
Yes.
and cheese, that's a big Canadian thing.
It's
You know
really
what I
good.
mean? So it's American. Okay. Corn. I put down my face.
Okay, so, all right, what we're going to do next, we're going to make the ragu, which I'm excited about here. So, we're going to get your skillet, your pan, add in some olive oil to this. And then we're going to take all the mushrooms and the thyme. We're going to cook it 15 minutes or so till the mushrooms are tender.
I'm leaving the portobellos to the side, right?
It says add the mushrooms.
Okay.
So chop up the portobello in like a thick strip.
Gotcha. You know, for some reason, when I pictured this, I thought we were putting them in the portobello. You did?
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like a ball almost.
You need more water?
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, get those other mushrooms in. Cameo from my dad, everyone. And then you're gonna cut up the mushrooms. All right. So, all right, adding that in. And for the time, you're not, now it does say 5 large sprigs. So I am assuming I'm just letting this float within the mushroom. What do you think?
That's kind of what I assumed too. So
yeah, beautifully. Oh, so gorgeous. Okie dokie. Alrighty. So the next thing, once those mushrooms, as I say, have a little brownness to them, they're soft and tender, you're going to stir in your shallots and your garlic. He's got both of those things as a fine chop, but I've got to be honest, I do like my bites of onion and garlic, so I went a slightly thicker chop to mine.
gotcha.
So, they asked me.
Here is my shell.
Yeah. I live in a house where my dad will bite into a garlic bud, like a full bud, like an apple.
I do that when I'm sick because it will kill a cold.
Garlic is amazing. It's amazing.
It really is.
Yeah.
Garlic, onions, shallots, all that stuff. It absorbs. It's an antioxidant. So.
Absolutely.
Kelly?
No, I like food.
Gotcha.
I'll eat vegetarian, I'll eat keto, I'll eat meat, I'll eat sugar. I just like food.
I was just wondering because it's a vegetarian dish. So I was just like, maybe she's vegetarian. I was just wondering. I mean, the mother of my son was a vegetarian pretty much the entire time I was with her. Come to find out,
Okay.
she's not anymore, of course, right? But so I ate a lot of vegetarian dishes, and at the time I was very opposed. When I first met her, I was like, I'm a Texas boy. I was like, vegetarian, what? Like, but over time, I've tried a lot of really cool stuff. So,
Yeah, I have to say there's a pretty amazing palette if you do just go vegetarian. And on occasion, like if you want to switch up and do like I've heard some say like a meatless Monday. Mushroom is a great alternative to
it is.
a beef. So it's a good burger.
You know what else actually has a meaty texture when you cook it? Watermelon. Believe it or not. And it's a little sweet to it. It's very, very delicious. If you throw it on a grill or even a pan with a little butter, it's very good. It's very good. I don't know, and it's meaty like a mushroom. It has the same texture as mushrooms. I don't know why.
I will have to take your word for that, Cole, because I am so fucking allergic to watermelon.
Oh, are you?
Never been able to eat it my entire life. And like white onions also will do the trick too. You just want something kind of pungent and sharp to add to this bite. And then have your broth on hand. You want to use the chicken broth for this to just add to that richness. Vegetable broth would work fine too, but if you got chicken broth, that's great. So I'll be in a mo. But yeah, what is I'm curious. Oh, if you're ready, it does say to give it a couple minutes.
Gotcha.
Oh, the wine. Boom! I almost forgot that. I will need that too. So in a minute, you got your dry white wine.
The wine's for drinking, right?
I've got some red wine for drinking when we do the taste.
There we go.
Yeah, I am not a white wine fan. It makes my sinuses so stuffy.
See, we're on opposite ends of the spectrum here because, like, I love white wine, but red wine tastes like old cheese in my mouth. I'm like, and I don't know why. And I'm like, and then people are like, well, that means they're supposed to eat cheese with wine. I'm like, I don't care. I don't. Something weird about it.
I like a certain type of red wine, Cab Sauv or oh gosh, Chianti. I really like. But other kind of grapes to me taste very gross. I don't.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
I can do rosés.
A rosé is nice.
Well, there was a red wine I've had that was really good, but they said I was told that it was like almost chocolatey, but like a chocolatey mix. And I'm like, I don't know what it means, but it's good. So I don't know what. I might ask him the name, but I was drinking wine, so.
That's fair. Has our friend Dino introduced you to the ice wine?
No, he's never mentioned that.
Oh, okay. So an ice wine, it seems to be a regional thing to like the Niagara Falls area of Ontario because they have a lot of vineyards there and stuff. But an ice wine is almost like a maple syrup. It's very thick, very sweet. It's good to pour on something like ice cream or, some kind of frozen dessert. But it's a very sweet wine that you want just like the tiniest of shots.
That makes sense. Dino's diabetic, so I don't think he would
probably
think
why.
something like that. So yeah, he's probably never mentioned to me.
That's probably
He's trying to convince me I'm a diabetic so that he has a friend or something. I'm like, I'm not diabetic. I don't know why you keep saying that. I just get sleepy when I eat dessert. Leave me alone. Oh, parsley. Oh.
All right. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna let it simmer once you have added that. It's looking so lovely. Hi. What else does it say here? We're gonna add the salt and pepper in a moment. There's a little bit more salt and pepper to add for taste. We're also gonna remove those sticks, the sprigs of thyme. So.
Oh, we're moving on.
Oh dear. Oh, dish.
Where'd they go?
Oh man. All right. Yeah, you're gonna remove the sprigs carefully. You can use barbecue tongs if you don't want to burn your hands. You know what you can do with thyme? Fun fact. Because sometimes when you use thyme for a recipe, you don't need as much as they have in the package. Put a little thyme in hot water with some honey. It's a good digestive tea.
Sounds good.
I know. Fun facts. Fun facts. All right.
We could all use a little time.
Who doesn't need more time? Oh, the puns. If you're using a full sodium chicken broth or veggie broth, you may find it salty. Taking a time out. Ha! That was funny. A timeout.
I didn't even get it first. It went right over my head.
All right. I have a little salt and pepper to finish this. I'm gonna put it in here. And it says, yeah, we want to let this simmer for a bit, let the sauce reduce slightly. Stop. We're going to top the polenta or the grits with the mushroom ragu. Cameo. All right. Oh, this looks so good. Okay.
So what are you doing?
Making grits
Yeah.
with mushrooms.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I'm excited.
He loves grits. He does. He loves them so much.
Yeah. They're so good. They're so good.
So his mom's from here in Cleveland, so like I made him grits, I think the first time probably last year.
Okay.
And he had never had them before, I guess. And so he was like, so like maybe a few weeks later, he was like, "Can you make that one thing that you made that one time that was really good?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? Come on, how little that narrows it down." He was like, "It was a breakfast thing." I was like, "Are you talking about grits?" He's like, "Yes, it was so good." I was like,
I love that. That's awesome. Get a bite of everything. Bon appetit. I'm excited to try this. And it's hot.
"Oh, that's delicious."
That's so good.
It's really good.
It
Now, if
is
you're a
so
mushroom lover,
warming.
if you're a mushroom lover, this is a dish for you.
100%. It is so warming and comforting and like just savory and a little salt, but nothing too much.
And the grits accentuate the flavors of it just all kind of complements each other. And then obviously when we have the weather,
Yeah.
it is nice and cool out there. It's probably less than 60 now. So now that we're getting later in the afternoon, it's perfect. It's almost got like it's not soup, but it's got that little bit of juice from the ragu in there. It's
Exactly. Yeah. I kind of feel like just being near a fire and just watching something on TV. Like this is nice.
this is a perfect meal for football if you don't want to clog your arteries.
There you go. Yeah. You may see the recipe and have a worry that, oh, this is going to be super mushy tasting in my mouth. But the contrast of like there's a chew to the mushroom, there's a nice softness to the grit or the polenta. It just all works together so nicely. Good job, Curtis
Tell
Stone.
your buddy he knows what he's doing.
This is damn good and easy. Damn good and easy. That could be a good rap duo.
Damn good and easy.